Well, welcome back, my friends, to another rousing rendition of Choir Boys Outdoors, a Chatting with Kirk about Tomahawk rendition. Right? That's what we're doing.
That's right. That's what we're doing.
That's what we're doing.
Whether you like it or not.
You ain't got to watch it. Ain't a rule. So, we picked out, I think, 10 or 11 axes. Let's just jump into it and we'll talk about it as we go. Thank you for joining me on this one. What we want to do is a Sunday series. So, here's the deal. It doesn't have to be budget. It really, give us some knife topics. If we got them here, we'll cover it. If we don't, I'm sure JR's got one that he don't mind sending for us to cover. But give us some topics, whether it's pocket fixed blades, belt knives, camp knives, axes. You know, if it's out of our scope, we'll tell you. But for the most part, we'll cover it. And we'd like to do a Sunday series. It works out well for me. I'm still recovering. And we get some added knowledge to the channel. I'm going to do the intro. Kirk's going to show you kind of what we got, and then let's delve into it. Guys, there was a time in this country where 22 vets a day took their own lives. And the stats are everywhere, right? They just are. It's between 15 and 29. We focus on that number, that 22, because it's out there. It's kind of a brand, which is terrible. That's why here on this channel, we focus on the number 0. Anything over 0, it's just unacceptable. Vets, we love you. You have a place here. That's all that means. You're welcome here. Now we're back to blue over here. We support Leo, and that's a whole nother topic. I don't ask you to do that, right? I don't know that Kirk does it, and it's okay. My kid's going to be a cop. I have my reasons. There's a lot behind it. Huh?
I support him.
He supports. I think we support the idea. It's what we grew up with. Are there good cops? Sure. Are there bad cops? You know there are. See it every day. But they're not all terrible. How do you do it, Skagger? Well, I don't break the damn law. And finally, if you're an addict, and this has come up big this week, never quit quitting. So, here's the deal, guys. I'm really, truly appreciative of Kirk for this one. This has been an upside down week. Back's feeling a little better. I got hit by a forklift Thursday. Got a sinus infection Friday, so we're just going to keep moving. The topic, we call them hand axes, tomahawks. I mean, it's kind of a...
Hand axe, tactical axe, camp axe. Everybody calls them something different.
Something different. So pick one out and let's jump on it.
This is Smith & Wesson, one of their black label line. Don't know the name of it. I got it from my brother and his family last Christmas. And very surprised. It feels really good. Paracord wrapped handle. Really good wrap. Really comfortable. And feels real good when you swing. Pretty sharp. I mean, sometimes you get a lot of your axes. They don't have much of an edge on. This one's pretty good. And the back spike is definitely pointy.
So, here's the deal. Kirk and I were just talking. That does feel good.
Yeah.
That's a well-built. Let me show you kind of the thickness. Now, this is a one-piece construction, obviously.
Yeah.
The paracord wrap there. And here's the deal.
SK5, if I remember right.
Good steel. SK. The SK is a Japanese line, correct?
Yeah.
High carbon. It's now SK85. I think they still do the different names, but finger grooves. This really is a hell of an axe.
Kydex sheath for it.
So it's a good setup.
Came with that, yeah.
Do we know a price on this by chance?
I looked it up, even though you're not supposed to look up prices for Christmas presents. It is a little over $100.
Okay.
Not bad at all.
No. And guys, here in Made in Taiwan. So here's the deal. Again, budget's a relative term. Everything's going up. Everything. I mean, so would this be a budget axe for some people? Yeah, but here's the deal. It's a solid one-piece construction. What I kind of wanted to do with this video is give you some good options, some options that are going to last. If you're going to spend the money, spend it. This is the Smith & Wesson Black Label.
Yeah.
Tough as hell. Next. I really dig it. We ain't done a video on this, have we?
No, I was just going to say, all these axes, the ones that we have not done a hard use video on, we will do.
Yeah.
We're just showing them today get something out for Sunday. But there will be tests on all these axes that haven't been tested so far.
And we may do that some on Sunday. Y'all know, most of you that follow the channel know that we do a ton of hard use stuff. We may add something in like that, but I like the discussion format too.
This is by Mora Niv. And I love the hell out of it. This is like one of the axes I will take with me when I go hiking. It's light, it's sharp as hell, and I've cut some pretty tough stuff with this thing. I haven't had to sharpen it yet.
Give you a look at that. Again, just trying to show you a little bit of the thickness. And we haven't done anything on this, have we?
No.
You know what we should do? is in the next couple Sundays when we get time is do a shootout with some of the smaller axes. This thing is dope. Show you the handle. Price on it.
It was like $80, I think.
Okay.
I've had it for a while.
I think most of the stuff, guys, we're gonna have a $125 and down. Might be a little more expensive, I'm not sure. But really, truly, honestly, I like the design of this.
It feels really good when you swing it too.
Feels like a chopper.
It's pretty positive. It doesn't feel like it's gonna slip out of your hand.
Just show you kind of the back there, kind of the setup. Very, very intriguing how they did that. And it's more new, so you know the damn thing's gonna be sharp.
Yeah.
Everything they do sharp. You see the sheath.
Little sheath.
Okay, so just cover it.
Yeah, I usually just stick it on the side pals strips on my backpack, because usually during autumn or winter is the only time I actually bring a backpack when I
Lanyard
go
hole.
hiking. Otherwise, it's too damn hot in friggin' Florida.
Yeah. I'm thinking about getting a haversack from Blackie. I might get you one for Christmas.
I got one.
Do you?
Well, I got one from Helicon Tex.
Okay.
Actually, I got two, but I'm always interested in another one. Yeah.
I might get you one from Blackie because he's got a.
They're nice for the summertime or
Yeah.
when it's warmer in the autumn.
Yeah.
You just sling it over your shoulder. You don't have a backpack covering
Right.
your back, and you're not sweating. You know. Yeah.
One thing I'd like to do too is as it cools off and as it goes. Now, we got to check, so we're just checking. But I got to thinking about your brother's property up there.
Yeah.
Maybe take a trip over this fall when it cools off and do a camp.
Yeah.
What I'd like to do is, with some of these camp axes, I've mentioned before, and I've told them we've got the studio out back. I'd like to do at least one camp a month. It might be as simply, Chris Hall, let me use that hammock. You got to check that hammock out, dude. It's next level. But maybe a hammock camp or backpack or something like that. Again, in the comments, Kirk's as much a part of Choir Boys as anybody. Without him, we wouldn't have it. Him and Megatron, we would not have it. So we'll try to get Kirk more involved. Next one up.
I wouldn't go that far.
Huh?
I wouldn't go that far.
Well,
but
dude, if it wasn't
I
for you-
appreciate the thought.
Well, yeah, I'm a thoughtful guy.
Yeah. On that note, on to the next axe. Columbia River. This is the Chogan T-Hawk. This is their tactical version of the Chogan. I've had this thing a long time, SK5 also. This thing came pretty sharp, and I haven't sharpened it yet, and I've taken it out with me a few times and hacked up some fallen trees on the trail out at Rice Creek and stuff like that. Don't tell the trail guys because they don't like the civilians, as they call it, hacking up stuff on the trail. But anyway, this thing feels really good in the hand,
Yes, it does.
and it's got a really good weight to it, and it kind of swings above its weight. You wouldn't think
does.
that it would chop what it can chop, and it's pretty good.
Now we do have a review on this one.
Yeah.
I'm in love with this. Now I have the Woodsman version. I didn't bring it, but I've got the Woodsman Kanji, so we'll talk about that. The
That's
sheath,
the sheath.
easy carry. Here's the deal, and we were talking about this a little beforehand. CRKT, Columbia River, some of their knives are okay, right? I've got a couple of their belt knives. I think I got that Rakkasan from you that I like. But their Hawks are next level.
Yeah, they're starting to come around with their knives. They're starting to use some better steels, and I've always liked a lot of their designs. But the problem is they use that crappy 8CR13 MOV.
Yeah.
And I'm just not going to buy it.
Yeah. The Tomahawks though are next level. And I'll tell you why I say that. RMJ, and if you're familiar at all with Tomahawks, RMJ, Ryan Johnson's known for Tomahawks. He designed this. I have a RMJ tactical Tomahawk video on the channel. It did very well. But here's my thing with that. And I'm not knocking it. You buy what you buy and you enjoy it, and I definitely see the value in it. But you can buy a $500 Tomahawk, or you can get his design in good steel. It's still Ryan's design. What was this, $125?
Yeah, something like that.
So,
Yeah.
and like Kirk says, it absolutely hits above it. I fell in love with this thing. I know we have a review of this one. And again, guys, we might do like a small Hawk shootout. That would be fun.
Yeah.
Next one up.
Yeah, I mean, we can always do another review on it. I mean, what the
Yeah.
hell? It doesn't matter.
I've got so many at this point, nobody's going to see the first one. So,
And shocker among shockers, in the truck, I did not grab it out, but I do have a cold steel Tomahawk.
yeah.
I didn't buy it. My brother gave it to me. So
I've got 20 of them. And I didn't bring them to this. We're going to do another video on them. The thing about Cold Steel is this, and this is when it comes to Tomahawk. So as much as he makes fun of me, here's the first thing you should know. The first Cold Steel folder I ever had, he gave to me. But they're Tomahawks.
Notice I got rid of it and gave it to him, see?
They're Tomahawks. You can catch them on Amazon for 20 to 30 bucks.
Yeah.
And they're good. And I wished I'd have brought one, but we'll do another video. Those are going to be extreme budgets, but at the same time, they're worth it. Now these, the CRKT is probably in that 40 to 60, 80, somewhere in there.
This is the Frere. I don't even remember how much it was, honestly. I don't.
Didn't I give you that one?
You gave me one that had a cracked handle.
And then I bought you
and
another
then you
one.
bought me this one, yes. I still have the one with the cracked handle because he thinks you got to be able to throw everything in the friggin' world. That is not always the case. I just don't show it.
Well, let's take a look at this one. This one is an absolute favorite, the Frere. Now this is a beast. Now here's the other side of this. I do think these were around 80 bucks, and you bought an aftermarket.
I did
sheath.
buy the sheath for it. Well, it's the Columbia River sheath.
Is it? Okay.
It doesn't come with the axe for some reason. They make you buy it extra.
Stupid.
But anyway,
the Frere. I actually love this hatchet. It handles very well, and that's what I was going to say. If there's a difference in a Tomahawk and a hatchet, because the other part of these videos, guys, is this: they're meant to be interactive. Put in the comments. This is again another heavy hitter, another hard chopper too.
I like to take that one with me hiking.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's not heavy, but it feels really good in hand, and it's head heavy like it's supposed to be. Hell of a chopper. You can drop it down. Now, one thing with CRKT, sometimes on their Hawks, if you want them sharper, I get their chopping tool. I get it's a splitting tool. But if you wanted to thin it out and use it for an all-around camp thing, you can, but they do require some work. I know the Chogan, the Kanji, Woodsman versions you have to work on. Yeah. But this is a great little Hawk here.
Yeah, Rick Kurtz, so you remember him from RMA?
Yes.
He actually put the edge on my Chogan Woodsman.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
It took me a year to get it back from him, but it's got a hell of an edge on it.
It's ready to roll. Yeah. Next one up.
Next one up. This one is actually Swiss Army issue, camp axe, hatchet, whatever you want to call it.
That's a good looking.
Yeah.
So that's just standard straight up hatchet. That would be considered a hatchet.
That's all it is, yeah.
Now, have you used it much?
I have not used this at all yet.
Okay. How old is it?
This I've had this maybe roughly about a year.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll put that in the shit. It looks like it hits hard. It really does.
Yeah. It's got some good weight to it. It's not super sharp, but it being an axe, using momentum, I'm sure it'll cut, but I can't speak to it yet. I haven't used it.
And guys, again, we understand that it's a chopping tool. I don't want you to think
I think it was like about 40 or 50 bucks.
Really?
Yeah.
So here, that kind of, I've been showing you the thickness, good thickness. And again, as a splitting tool, I'm sure, yeah, this thing would get down with the get down. And we could take a file if we needed to, or that Lansky puck, and just go right down it. I'm interested in this one. See the handle? It fit that damn handle. That's a thick ass handle. Was that hickory or probably a European wood?
Yeah, which I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Nasty looking little weapon right there. Weapon, hawk, tool, whatever you want to call it. You could use the back for a hammer pole if you needed to. Really, really functional. This one has a little more weight than the others. It seems to.
Yeah.
Go ahead and put your thing on. While Kirk's doing that, let me go ahead and show you this one. This is one of my favorites. This is the Woodsman Kanji, K-A-N-G. I'm not sure what steel they use, just because I had a brain fart before I started the video, and I'm not going to look it up now.
I'm pretty sure it's SK5.
I think it is. It's a carbon steel.
I think that's pretty much what they use in most all their axes.
Is it? Now this one's another RMJ design. This one's a heavy hitter. And for whatever reason, every damn time I show one of these, somebody's like, yeah, that's for breaching. Okay. I just like it. This is what I got it for now. They've got the Kanji, the Chogan, and the Nobo. The Nobo has nothing back here. The Chogan has the hammer pole.
Yeah, I've got the Chogan.
The Chogan's my favorite. Yeah. I think weight distribution and balance. But you see, that's a full head. Right? And again, now this one's a little more for splitting. I put a file to it some. I don't want it thin. I don't want it razor sharp. But I do. I took this one with me 1 year to Blackie's. And it's a woods processing little bastard. All right, next up.
This is another Columbia River. This is the Skeg Ox, SK5. Haven't used it yet.
I'm excited about this one. This one feels good.
This one, actually, I did take a couple of swings at it. One of the branches laying down in the yard. It cuts pretty good, and it feels pretty good.
Yeah, I'm excited about the weight distribution. The handle on this one was a little unique. It's almost like that S.
Yeah.
But you can get, I like that you can get down here, rest here, and really throw some bump. And again, great sheath.
Kydex sheath.
Now this one came with it, right?
Yeah, this had the sheath.
So the Kydex has the tech
Well,
lock.
I mean plastic. I'm sorry, it's not
Yeah.
Kydex.
Yeah, God forbid.
I'm used to saying Kydex.
Now this is a Williams design, and inevitably somebody's always like, Skeb, do you use that to pull shields down? I don't give a shit about all that. I really don't. I like that I can grab it right here, and if I need to do some shavings, we can do that. Or if I can just walk around and carry it like this, that's tremendous. Again, it's a little thinner, it'd take a little time, but you could use that as a hammer pole.
Yeah.
So it could be a one tool. My point is, it can be a one tool option. You can see the edge there is a little more refined, a little more sharpened all the way down. I'm really, really looking forward to this one. Let me hold the sheath and I'll put it on while we show the next one.
Good luck.
Yeah, no doubt.
That thing's pretty tight.
Is it?
Yeah.
Next one up.
Mini Jenny Wren, Columbia River.
I do have
Their version of the Mini Jenny Wren. You did this one a long time ago.
Yeah.
So.
Now that's another RMJ.
Yep.
Now you were saying you weren't as impressed with this one. Thicker
No,
lines.
I don't know. I just nothing in particular. I just didn't really do anything for me, so it's his now.
Yay. Here's one thing I did, and I like hawks and axes about as much as I like blades. You don't see them as much on the channel anymore because we just stay swamped, right? But there's a couple things I wanted to discuss with this one. You can overdo edges, in my opinion, and this one, everywhere on this sumbitch is an edge. The top is sharpened. Back here is sharpened. This little breaking point right here is sharpened. So it gives you plenty, it gives you, down here is sharpened. So you've got plenty of edges to do. You can put any edge profile you wanted on it, and that's cool. But what you can't do is grab like this. You want to be real careful on the back end like that. All it takes is a little thought. Not bitching, not complaining. I'm just saying there are times with these things, it's like just a hair over thought, you know.
Yeah.
But as far as a small compact axe, I have a video on it. We'll put it in our little shootout. And what we'll do is we'll just get some shit and do 3 or 4 different chopping styles with it. This one's more handle heavy. I believe that's, what's that, G10 scales? Or their version of G10?
Yeah, I think it's that FRN stuff.
Okay.
Something like that.
But it is, you see it's lumped up, knotted up, so you get a good grip on it. All
The
right.
thing is, on that, there's not a lot of head weight to it.
Right.
It's all in the handle.
Right.
So any force you're putting into is pretty much coming from you. You're not getting any momentum from the tool.
Yeah.
So
Now would this be, this? I mean, somebody would consider this like a one, I think this was made for a one tool. I mean, I don't.
it's, to me, my thoughts on it, it's more anti-personnel than anti-wood.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not really, I don't really consider it to be a wood processor.
No.
It's more of a people processor.
No. Well, you can get them any kind of way,
Yeah.
which is good. So we'll have to try that out on some of the meth crafters in the wood. Again, CRKT, they do a good job with their sheaths as well.
Yeah, I do like the
Some of you, I know my knock against cold steel is you no sheaths come with it or didn't used to. So you have to buy them separate. That's a pain in the ass. When you have a tool, and I get it, be responsible, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, if you're going to sell it, just knock $5 on it and throw the damn sheath in there with it. Next up, or have we gone through it? Well,
That's about it.
okay,
mine.
two things I wanted to show y'all. This is a CRKT. It's a Roush design. I don't know much about Roush. I really don't.
Oh, there is one more.
You got one more? The one, this is their description, not mine. Good God. Everybody acts like I named the damn things and designed them. I don't. This is what they call a Frankish axe. That's what they call it. I'm not calling it that. Oh, I do love that one. I have that one. Now, you see the edge, this one came a little sharper, but it's got a square handle. So it's a little bit odd. I have my boy Sean, and it's hard with this camera to see, but I've got all kind of writing and script work on it. But what I did is I sanded down here a little bit at the bottom, so that if I need to come here and two-handed, I can. All of the ones that we've showed, well, the vast majority of the ones we've showed you, including this one, is friction fit. And I believe this one was around $80. It's CIMBRI, the Cimbri from CRKT. You do have a cold steel, and then we'll do our last one.
Cimbri was a Germanic tribe.
The Cimbri. This is one of my favorites.
You got it for me. I don't remember the name for it.
I don't either.
Okay, well, anyway,
It's cold steel. That's cold steel.
This is cold steel?
Yeah.
You sure?
Positive. Taiwan, cold
Taiwan. Just because it's made in Taiwan doesn't mean it's cold steel.
No, that the set screw on the back means that it's cold steel.
Okay. Well, anyway.
It's like their Viking battle axe. I actually like that a lot. I've got two of them. It's some nasty little wood. Now, you're not, we do these videos, and guys with a lot of trees and logging industry are like, oh, that wouldn't, no, we know it wouldn't, right? But for small brush, small log, again, anti-personnel. So, but that axe right there, and again, this fall when we do our stuff, I like having these on a little camp out because it is a quick little light brush wood processor, kindling, tinder, things like that. You can process it right up. You can get that, somebody that's razor sharp too. And it holds up pretty good. I think they're $25-30 on Amazon. I'll try to put some links in the description. I do like it. I like the handle length. Last thing I wanted to show y'all is not an axe, but it fits everything we've showed. I think the most expensive thing's been $125. That might be the least expensive at $35.
The mini Jenny Wren was the most expensive.
That might have been right.
Yeah.
It might have been right. So this falls into this. I think was around $75-80. This was a gift by John from East St. Louis, and it's the Tarava Scrama 240. I absolutely adore this thing. Why am I mentioning it? Well, we're showing a lot of camp axes, hawks, things like that. This thing serves about the same purpose. I've got a good video on it. The hole is nothing more than hanging it up during production. They tell you that up front. It's an enclosed tang, but this thing for $75-80, and it's that it's the steel that they use over there all the time, like Mornev and all them use. It's the same steel, but this thing holds up really well and falls into that same loop. Now
they use a bunch of different steels.
They do. I know. I was trying to get by it, but we didn't make it.
Yeah.
And the sheath kicks my ass every time.
It's a Sandvik steel.
Sandvik.
I mean, could be any of the Sandvik grades. I don't know.
So any final thoughts? I think we should do a shootout. That should be.
Yeah.
We'll shoot for that maybe next Sunday.
Yeah.
We'll do the small axes. We'll do some stuff, maybe some wood processing shit like that. Other than that, man, thank y'all for joining us. I'm Scab.
I'm not.
Y'all have a good one. Love y'all.
Take it easy, guys.
Later.